So here's a problem where they want us to graph this and label all asymptotes and specifically to check if this graph crosses a horizontal asymptote, which can happen. So let's graph this. First of all, let's factor this and find out what we get. We're going to get x plus 4, x minus 3, all over x plus 2x minus 2. And that'll help us find our vertical asymptotes are going to be x equals -2 and +2. Our x-intercepts are going to be where the numerator equals 0, so that's going to be -4, 0, and 3, 0. And our y-intercept, might as well find that too, is going to be 0, 3. So let's, and then one more thing. Because it's a rational function and the degrees are the same, we know that our horizontal asymptote is going to be the ratio of the leading coefficients. So it's going to be y equals 1. So let's take a look at this graph. Alright, it's going to be, let's find our two vertical asymptotes. There's one at +2, there's one at -2. -4, 0 is one of my values, one of my x-intercepts. 3, 0 is my other one. X equals 1, or y equals 1 rather, is my horizontal asymptote. Y equals 3 or 0, 3 is my point. So a couple ways you can do this. First of all, the fact that these 2 points are here tell me that it's probably going to be going down like this. It's never going to approach a vertical asymptote. It's never going to cross, rather, a vertical asymptote. So we can be safe to just assume that that's going to happen. But up here, I don't know if it's going to go through. I don't know if it's going to go through this and then come back down, or if it's going to stay underneath it the whole time. So I have to be careful about that. But there's one way I can find out. Remember, this value is y equals 1. So I can plug in 1 to this equation and I can try to solve it and see if there's a solution for it. So let's do that. Let's do that in the color green. So if I plug in 1 to this equation, let's multiply both sides by the denominator. Uh-oh. These cancel. That's 4. These cancel. And I'm going to get x equals, I add 12, I'm going to get x equals 8. So that tells me that it will cross. And it's going to, specifically, it's going to cross at x equals 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to cross right here. Unfortunately, it's at the end. But this is what it's going to do. It's going to cross.
And jump across onto the other side.
It's going to jump across, and then it's going to approach it back. It's not going to cross again.
Yeah, it's going to come back to it. It's going to be approaching.
It's going to approach down. So it doesn't cross on this side, but on that side it does. So let's zoom in what the graph would look like. It would look like this. Here's my asymptote right there. Here was my vertical asymptote right there. On this side it's going to go, what was it, 3?
Yeah.
It was 3, and it's
8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to touch right there. And then it's going to approach back down the asymptote like that. And the way you check it, again, going back to this page, is whatever that asymptote is, you just plug it in. You plug that value in up into your equation, then solve the equation. If this equation has no solution, that means it doesn't cross it. But if you find a solution or more than one solution, then it tells you that it does cross it.